So what actually makes you, you? Is it the permanent genetic blueprint you were born with? Or is it the chemical messengers that are changing inside you moment to moment? Today, we're going to dive into that fascinating difference between your DNA and your hormones. All right, let's start with a little bit of a puzzle. We all think of our fingerprints as these totally unique identifiers, right? But what if I told you there's something about you that's even more unique? And get this, it's absolutely impossible to change. And the answer is your DNA fingerprint. I mean, think about it. You could, in theory, alter a fingerprint on your hand, but your DNA, that's a whole different ballgame. It is the exact same in every single cell of your body, from a strand of hair to your beating heart, and it is completely unchangeable. Now that is a powerful identifier. And that idea brings us right into our first big topic, the genetic blueprint. Let's really dig into why this code of life is so foundational and so incredibly permanent. So DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, is basically the chemical foundation of everything you inherited. The best way to picture it is like a master library, and it holds the original, unchangeable blueprints for your entire body. So every time a new book gets checked out to go build something, it's always a perfect copy of that original. That's how it keeps a species' identity intact for generations. So what does this master library actually do all day? Well, three incredibly important things. First, as we said, it maintains the identity of a species. Second, it's a master copier. It flawlessly duplicates itself every single time a cell divides. And third, it's the thing that sends out the instructions, the message, for building all the proteins that do the real heavy lifting in our cells. And this is where that unique, unchanging code becomes so powerful in the real world. You see it in forensics, where it helps identify criminals. You see it in family matters to confirm paternity. It's even used in anthropology to help us trace human evolution. I mean, from a crime scene to our most ancient past, our DNA tells a story nobody can argue with. Okay, so if DNA is this static, unchanging blueprint, then how does anything actually get done in the body? Well, for that we need to switch gears and enter the super dynamic world of the body's messengers, hormones. Hormones are basically the body's internal postal service. You can think of your endocrine glands as little post offices that create these tiny molecular messages. Then they just drop them straight into the bloodstream, which is like the body's superhighway, and it carries them exactly where they need to go to deliver their instructions. Now, these chemical messengers, they're not all the same. They come in different chemical packages, you could say. You've got steroids, like estrogen. Then there are larger proteins called polypeptides, like insulin. And then you have smaller amino acid derivatives, like adrenaline. This variety is super important because their structure decides how they talk to our cells and what kind of message they're going to deliver. Okay, so let's see these little messengers in action. From managing your energy levels right this second to guiding huge life changes, hormones are pretty much always at work. Here's a perfect example of their balancing act. Let's say you've just had a sugary snack. Your blood sugar spikes, boom. Your body releases insulin to bring it back down. On the flip side, maybe you haven't eaten in a while. Glucagon steps in to raise your blood sugar back up. It's this constant, delicate dance just to keep your body in balance. Your thyroid gland. It's kind of like your body's thermostat. And the hormone thyroxine, that's what controls the temperature. So if your levels are too low, that's hypothyroidism. Your whole metabolism slows down, making you feel sluggish. But if they're too high, hyperthyroidism, everything speeds up. It's this constant effort to find that perfect, just right setting for your metabolism. And here's a pretty cool real-world connection for you. A really common cause of low thyroid function is just not getting enough iodine in your diet. That's actually why we add a tiny amount of iodine to table salt. It's turned into this massive public health success, helping millions of people maintain this crucial hormonal balance. So, what about stress? Oh yeah, your adrenal glands are the superstars here. They release things called glucocorticoids to manage stress and your metabolism. They also release mineralocorticoids to balance your body's water and salt. And, of course, they pump out epinephrine, that's adrenaline, for that immediate fight or flight response to whatever's happening around you. Of course, hormones are also the main guides for our growth and development. Testosterone in males is what triggers changes like a deeper voice and facial hair. In females, estradiol develops secondary characteristics and helps manage the menstrual cycle, while another hormone, progesterone, gets the uterus ready for a fertilized egg. So, if you're going to remember one thing, it's this.
DNA is the permanent blueprint. It is the unchanging architect's plan. Hormones are the messengers, the project managers, and the construction crew, all constantly reacting and adjusting to make that plan a reality every single day.
And that leaves us with a really fascinating question, doesn't it? Your genetic blueprint is fixed from the moment you're conceived. But your internal hormonal state, that can change with every meal you eat, every emotion you feel, every challenge you face. So what truly defines you? Is it the static plan you were born with? Or is it the dynamic system of messengers that's constantly reacting to your world? Definitely something to think about.